Hello everyone, and welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles. In the last episode, we did various odd little bits around the Bionist to gather the materials for some of their replica Monados. This episode, we are going to be doing some more stuff in Colony 9. What I'm going to do here has technically been available for quite some time, but it's a quest with a branching option, and the branching option leads to two different options, one of which is post-Mechonis Core only. Therefore, I held off on doing the whole quest series until I could show the whole thing in one, and actually show both sides of it. So, we start by talking to everyone's favourite young captain, Emmy Lita.
Hi.
She was Australian, wasn't she, I think? Hey, good news, guys! People have started noticing the things I've done. This is sorry in advance. And now I'm eligible to take the Lieutenant Colonel test. If I beat the current Lieutenant Colonel, I'll take his place. Then my dream will come true. Oh, what a relief. Another problem solved. Oh, it's still too early to celebrate. I was going to say, why are they doing all that spiel? I haven't won yet. And now we have a vision. You worthless, feeble amateur. Did you really think you could better me? Or maybe everyone stopped going easy on you because you're a girl. What? You don't think I could lose, do you? I'd like to say it's impossible, but you're probably right. I doubt I'll stand a chance even now if I start intensive training right now, but I might have better odds with a strong weapon and armor. I won! I can't believe it, I won! No, how can this be? A poison-coated sword? You cowardly wretch! That's the only way. I know what equipment I'll need, but none of it's ready. I thought I had a while until the test, you see. I need a small, easy-to-use sword or a strong, light shield. I ordered the sword from a Nopon merchant in Satoral Mash. The shield should be lying in the Colony 6 storage area. My entire future is riding on this. You have to help me. So, you've got two options, find the Carbo Shield or find the Nopon Claymore, and as you see, there's different routes there. I'll give it my best shot. No, wait, I was giving it my best shot. You've stuck by me this long. I knew you'd help me. Yes, so there's two different routes here, and they are in that order that basically we've seen visions for both of them. One where she wins with a poisoned sword, and one where she loses. And we're going to show the one where she loses first. You'll see by the end of the episode why I'm doing this the way I'm doing it. So, Vision visualizer, please. As she mentioned, the Carbo Shield that we need is in Colony 6, just behind Hope Farm. And, simple as that, grab it and return it to Emmy. So you brought the shield. It's light and easy to use. Now I can protect myself against any attack. It's almost time for the Lieutenant Colonel test. This shield will see me through to victory. Will it though, Emmy? Will it? He beat me in a single blow. Oh, I see. So that's it? What was the point of doing it all? Ugh, you still here? You expect a reward? I don't want to see any of your faces. Go away. I don't care where. Fine, then I'll go. A completion, but not a particularly positive one. We did still get the reward, though. Weird. Not sure who coughed that up, but there we go. That, as I say, immediately leads on to a second quest. So now we have a pair of mutually exclusive quests because they depend on which option you took of it. So, of course, the Vision visualizer should tell you that this is not what happens. But if we come over here to Miller, he offers us a quest. He's a tree now. I can't find Captain Lita anywhere. Even if I do find her, I don't think it'll be easy to persuade her. If only there was someone to help someone young and inspiring like her to help. Ah, yes, of course, I have to be Shulk in this one for a reason that will become clear later. He's a tree again. Shulk, found you at last. You've probably already heard, but Captain Lita's gone missing. Sounds like you've got a problem. Could you go find the captain for us? We'd search for her ourselves, but we're on guard duty, and the furthest afield we'd be able to search is Tephra Cave. Besides, if there's anyone who can persuade her, it's you. Why me? You were just some geeky boy locked away in that lab, but now you're our hero, wielding that sword to save us all. What do you mean, hero? I mean, you're our symbol of hope, just like the captain's the symbol of hope for the Defense Force. No matter what's transpired, she's still a shining example to us all. I don't think it'll be long before she shines as brightly as you. She'd never admit it in public, but that's what she's aiming for. She wants to be like you. So, I know that if you go and talk to her, she'll come back to us. Perhaps that dream she held so dear can still come true. Do you think really she'll listen to me? A hero isn't just some monster felling tough guy. A hero is someone who has the power to inspire. Will you do it? Yes, I will. Find Hemilita and give her the letter. Thank you. And one more thing. When you find her, make sure you give her a hard time about skiving. She's going to get a telling off of her life when she gets back. Ah, I almost forgot. Can you give this to her? Thanks, hero. And he gives us the letter for Emmy. And she could be a real balls to find. She's just somewhere on the Bionis. But I can tell you, she is in the mining base in the Ether Mining Colony 6. Of course, where else would she be?
Oh, hi.
Shulk, did you come to laugh at me? No, that's not why I'm here. Miller asked me to find you. A letter? What's this about? There are messages from so many people. Miller, Raoul, Minnie, Dorothy, Monica, Andreas, even Lieutenant Colonel Kent's and old Jan. There are even some people I don't really know. Let me read over it. They're all so naive, expecting anything from a fool like me. I'm just a weak little girl, I can't do anything. That's not true. Look, you have so many people offering you support. If I didn't have my friends, I couldn't have made it this far. So, you're lying. You have that Monado thingy. I do, but I wouldn't have got this far with the Monado alone. Oh, I'm only joking. I understand now. It's because of your friends that are there for you. Exactly. No matter how hard things get, Ryan and others are there. Together we can overcome absolutely anything. So you too can let your friends help. Then you can achieve anything. You're right. These guys may be naive, but they want to help me. I must do my best to repay their kindness. Now you get it. That's the spirit. I can't believe I'm hearing this from you. You used to be so weak. It's funny how things turn out. There's a possibility I can end up like you. Right. I'm going to head back home. I won't give up. I'll try taking the Lieutenant Colonel test again. Do your best. We're behind you all the way. Thank you, Shulk. Don't be embarrassed, but I want to be a brave hero just like you. I'm so happy you believe in me. And that completes that quest and gets us Topple Plus and Shulk's skill branch, which I'll talk about when we do it properly, because despite seeming like it would be the better alternative, for reasons which will become clear, that didn't happen. Instead, we're going to find the Nopon Claymore, which starts off in Satoral Marsh at the Nopon Merchant Camp. So there's this Nopon Merchant here. You want Nopon Claymore? I'm afraid I'm not finished it yet. Oh, this? This is not for sale. This weapon I use for self-defense. But I am a businessman. I will give it to you if you bring me some Bunny Ascent wood. So, Bunny Ascent wood we get over here by the Nopon Refuge. This can be potentially a little bit hairy, because there's a lot of ogre bunnies around, which are level 25, but up there is a post-Mechonis Core super boss, the Despotic Arson, which is a level 108. He will tear us a new arsehole if we try and fight him. So we'll just take care of some of these and grab the wood that we need.
When did you two get so tough?
What? Just because we're girls, we're supposed to be wimps? How rude.
Quite. I'm afraid you have much to learn about the fairest sex, Shulk.
Why do I get the feeling that mastering the Monado is going to be easier?
Women, am I right? Classic humour. It's like they're from a different planet. Ugh. Anyway, let's get the rest of these done. Uh-oh. I've started to fight with the super boss. I'm going to get the fuck out of here, because he is going to tear me, as I said, a new proverbial. And with those gathered, we just take them back to the merchant. It's Bunny Ascent wood. I give you an Nopon Claymore for it. Here you go. I polished it nice and shiny, but how can I defend myself from now on? Well, that seems like that's a you problem. You don't have to sell it to us. Let's return that to Emmy. So you brought the Nopon sword. This is good. I like it. It's easier to use than I thought. I'm all set up to go now. It's almost time for the Lieutenant Colonel test. This sword will see me through to victory. I'll pass the test. But I don't want to talk now. I've lost everyone's trust in me. You want a reward? Fine, take your reward and go. There's no point to any of this anymore. So that completes the quest, and mark it as mutually exclusive. Oh no, not yet. Ignore that. This seems like the negative option, but it does have the better payoff in the quest we're about to do. Because much like with the previous one, A Young Captain's Trust, now we have another quest that opens up to us following this as well, which we get from Miller over here. This is a problem I can only talk about with someone clever. A bad answer would just be adding fuel to the fire. Again, he was wanting Shulk, because as we know, this leads to a skill branch, which means they have to be in the first part of the party. Shulk, you're just in time. Captain Lita's had lost nearly all the trust. Oh, fuck me, try that again. Captain Lita's nearly lost all the trust people had in her, and everyone's saying she used a poison-coated sword to win. But I don't believe it. She's not like that. She must have been framed. I know I'm right. That doesn't sound good. Hey, don't act like this has nothing to do with you. You were the ones who brought her that sword in the first place. I have to prove she didn't use poison to win. It's not as if we brought a poison-coated sword. We have to investigate the truth and find out what happened. Yeah, that's right. But what should we do? I haven't got a clue. We need to prove whether it really was a poison-coated sword. We could ask Lieutenant Raoul to do that. It'd be more convincing coming from a third party. Then we need to analyse the poison's ingredients, right? Kant said it was poison from a poisonous gourd. We need 4 poisonous gourds to investigate their components. Then we can test just how immediate its effects are. I understand. Then what? Next up are Kant's and Emilita. We'll ask them about their actions on the day of the test. We might be able to find some inconsistencies in their stories. With all the evidence, we shouldn't be too far from finding the truth. You're the only ones I can trust, so you'll do everything for me. You what? So, yes, we will do all of those things. You're just so giving. What I'd expect from the hero of Colony 6. Let's keep up the momentum and get on with the investigation. So, first off, while we're here, we will talk to the various people. Let's track this quest. Makes things a bit easier. So first off is Kant's. Oh no, this isn't Kant's, this is Raoul.
Good day.
Miller sent you, didn't he? Well, the test results show no sign of poison on the sword. There wasn't even any dirt on it. So perhaps the poison came from somewhere else entirely? Or did someone wipe it off? You're a sharp one. Have you worked out what happened? Well, that's sinister. Let's talk to Emmy.
Oh, hi.
What happened during the test? I don't want to think about it. Okay, I'll tell you. I went to the fight straight after you brought me the sword, right? And of course, I was the only one to handle it. No one came near me, and I didn't have time to do anything. The fight started and I grabbed the sword. I'd never used it before, but it felt so natural. It was so sharp. I won the fight in a single blow. But that makes you the only ones who could have applied the poison... Were you the only ones who could have applied the poison? I don't think people who are as helpful as you would do that. I must have overlooked something. Next, we need to talk to Kant's, who I believe comes out at night time. You want to hear about the test? I was so relaxed beforehand. The stakes were high, but my opponent was the young captain. She's hardly a formidable adversary. I've always known that Miller was the fighter of her platoon. I can defeat a Gogol all by myself. Why would I be scared of her? I wouldn't. I went into that fight as calm as could be. But then she cheated by beating me with a poisonous gourd poison. I've ingested that poison before, so I knew straight away. But I just couldn't overcome it. That's what happened. Yeah, it does sound a bit weird, doesn't it? Anyway, let's go to Satoral and hoover up some poisonous gourds quickly with the speeder on. Hey, and with that all done, we have a bit of an idea of what's gone on, so let's go back to Colony 9 and talk to Miller. Thanks for your hard work. I can see you've collected all the evidence we need. I assume you know who the perpetrator is. And we have to choose between it was me and it was Kant's. Knew it. Tell me the truth in detail. There was almost certainly no poison involved. How were the results of the test of the poisonous gourds? We discovered the effect of the poison lasts for mere seconds. I knew it. There wasn't even a trace of dirt, let alone poison on the sword. It was still as clean as when the Nopon sold it to me. So there never was any poison. This means that someone created a false rumour about the poison. I've concluded that the whole thing was Cancer's doing. I see it now. He devised the whole thing to hide his shame at losing to the captain. He probably couldn't handle losing to a confident young woman. Maybe. And he has a family to think about. I knew I was right to believe in Lieutenant Colonel Lita. We cleared her name and restored her to the defence force. You truly are worthy of being called the hero of Colony 9. You've outdone yourself with your bravery. So, that completes a young captain's revival, which locks out a young captain's trust, and gets us Shulk's bravery skill branch. Confusingly, because this is a post-Mechonis core one, this is Shulk's 5th branch, and we've still not got his 4th. We will, soon, but there's a weird reason for it a bit, because basically, in order to get Shulk's you need basically 4 3/4 affinity with colony 9, which we may have. I don't know. It's hidden in the game's code what your actual affinity score is. You can only ever see the stars. So actually, we haven't done enough quests in Colony 9 to get access to Shulk's 4th skill branch, and it's almost impossible to do so before Mechonis Core without locking out options that I wanted to show. So that's why we've got 5 before we've got 4, weirdly. This is Bravery, increases his critical hit rate and grants experience when vision tags are destroyed. Interesting. Allows low-value items to often be traded, another trading bonus on top of Ricky's, which is good. Agility up when a party member is incapacitated. Sure. Boost physical and ether defense for everyone. That's quite good. And the talent gauge will be max after a vision. Glorious future. That's genuinely really helpful. It just means you can always be able to fire off a Monado shield or something like that. You'll love to see it. Anyway, let's do another quest in the military area since we're here. Let's switch up the party a bit. And here we can speak to Raoul, who has a quest for us. I have a fairly sizable problem, which makes your timing impeccable. I believe this to be a problem best shared with you. I need to fill a support role. It has similar duties to a lieutenant. I have 2 candidates lined up, Minnie and Dorothy. Minnie is the current frontrunner. She's experienced and dedicated. Dorothy also has her plus points. She is not as diligent, but is younger and has potential. I'm completely torn. I don't know who to choose. I suspect that you've had a lot of experience with people. I would therefore like you to decide who is most suitable. That is indeed a problem. I'm at such a loss. Couldn't all this worry be causing my hair to fall out? Where was I? Ah yes, can you assess each of them for me? Oh, just choose by doing mop on way. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That's what Littlebond need to do when they need to pick someone. Unfortunately, I'm a grown-up Homs man, and I must try to be fair, impartial, and not look like a fool as well. Is letting Ricky choose responsible? I can't very well make the decision alone, can I? There will undoubtedly be those who would say I was biased. As such, consulting a third party such as yourself seems best. Although the idea just came to me, I have thought it through. So this is the Elite Captain's Anguish, which has 2 subquests, which is to meet Minnie and meet Dorothy. I will inform both of them that you're on your way to help them. You can use this as a ruse to assess their true natures. Not a problem. Consider it done. So, this actually gives us... Well, no, it doesn't. That's a lie. So let's go and speak to... So we've got... Well, that one's a bit different. The first one we need is over here. So let's head to the corner of the residential district. And at night time, there's actually a heart-to-heart here between Ryan and Dunban. Is there? Get on. Come on. There we go. And it's only available at night, watching over them. It's also only available once you've got Fiora back in your party, fun fact. Sorry, Ryan. I know it's a bit late to be striking up a conversation. It's okay, no worries. Something you want to talk about? This is difficult to ask, but what's your opinion on Fiora and Shulk as a couple? What? I'm being quite serious. Come on, man. Where did this come from? I figured I'd be the last person you'd ask. The 3 of you have been inseparable since... forever. Who else would I ask? Oh, well, when you put it like that, I wouldn't say they're a couple, but they mean a lot to each other. That seems like a reasonable assessment. Yep, but I've been thinking lately, if you're that close to someone, sometimes you miss the obvious. I see you share my view. So we're on the same page for once. We should not see this as we should not need to see this as a cause for celebration. I am and always will be your ally. You and I share the same goal. So what are you going to do about them two then? Absolutely nothing. What? Why ask me then? I figured you were thinking it was time to step in. I wanted to know your opinion of it. It doesn't mean we should act on it. You sure? If they're not going to do anything about it themselves, knowing whether to intervene or not is something you must learn. Trust me when I say they are fine. Just continue looking out for them. Alright, I'll get it. No point arguing, I suppose. I'll leave it to you, Dunban. Thank you, Ryan. After talking to you, I feel more certain about how to handle them, and that means a lot. As ever, the alternative versions of that will be at the end of the episode. I'm just going to swap some party around a little bit now. And here is Minnie. I heard from Captain Raoul. How about you help me do some good for the Defence Force? It just happens that I've got a problem that needs sorting out. Vicious Rana have shown up under a bridge, the one between the residential district and the central plaza. That is a worry. You're the ones for the job. You're going to have to get rid of them. They're right under the residential district. I won't be able to rest easy until they're all gone. They're right below where we all live. We can't leave it there. Right. I don't know why they can't just find some other place to live. You've got to get rid of them. So, defeat these 5 vicious Ranas. So, in order to do that, they're about here-ish, so I'll see you over there. Now I can see them. Surprisingly high level, these ones. So this quest that we're doing, we can't really do until now. I think it is post-Mechonis Core anyway, it even opens up, but these shouldn't be too difficult of a fight. Certainly, we've got a decent amount of crowd control among us here, and we're going to need it. I haven't got gun drones, unfortunately, because I went for sword drones on Fiora now, but I'm hoping that we can get Fiora's Final Cross up and running, and that should be enough to deal a decent amount of damage to these froggos. Interestingly, yeah, they're called Vicious Ranas, and Rana is the scientific name for frogs and toads. Or is it just toads? I can't remember, but yes. Oh, that was Shulk's Murder Cyclone there, that was cool. There we go, here's Final Cross, this should be a good one. Multi-hit combo and knocks them all on their asses. Deeply satisfying. And let's do it again in a chain attack, why not? Oh my god, and we can go straight into a chain attack, where we can do Final Cross again. Abusing chain attacks for topple locking with Final Cross is a recognised technique. And there we go with that. We can... that was almost entirely fought in chain attacks. Grab their chests, because each one of them is guaranteed to drop a thick Rana hide, and there's a quest later on you'll need it for, and these are basically the only source of thick Rana hides that isn't insane. Like level 89 or something like that at the moment, so make sure you grab them, and then we'll head back to Mini. So, you got rid of them. The residential district should be safe now. Thanks for your help. And that completes getting to know Mini. Next up, we have to go to the entrance of the commercial district at daytime. Well, they've mentioned the whole colony, really. And at daytime, we will find Dorothy here.
Oh, hi.
I'm so hungry. Wait, did you hear that? Forget I said it at once. Speaking of hearing things, Captain Roll told me you'd come. He said you like solving people's problems. Well, I have serious problems. Shut up, I didn't mean it like that. Please tell me more. I don't think it's urgent or anything, but can you find me 5 heart peaches? I hear they're yummy. I've never eaten them, though. What? What's wrong? I thought you liked solving problems. Don't you feel ashamed making such selfish requests for others? Well, excuse me, princess. Nice reference there. Sorry, but I don't find that too convincing coming from you. I'm considerate of others every second of my life. So, are you going to get me my heart peaches? Starting to wonder which of these two I'll take. So, connect 5 heart peaches in Alchemoth. This is a post-Mechonis Core quest only, so it knows how difficult that is. I don't have all day, you know. Those heart peaches aren't going to collect themselves. Okay, I'll give it my best shot. I too will give it my best shot. Oh, I tried to copy you, but never mind. Hoo-hoo, we finally got the affinity between them. Ugh, it's no problem. Come on, let's get to work. Ah, you know what? I'm going to do that now. We have finally got to level 4 affinity between 2 female party members. I've been working on Fiora and Melia for quite a while, and it is now paying off. Since we're here in Colony 9, this could not have come at a better time. So I'm going to go and talk to Paola here. Wow, amazing! I guess girls really can be as good friends as boys. I hope I can make up with Noreen. If Shulk and Ryan can be good friends, me and Noreen can be too. Plus, we're big girls now, so we shouldn't still be arguing. I've made up my mind. I'm going to chat with Noreen right away. We're going to be like best friends forever. So we now need to go and speak to Noreen. Finally, Paola's changed her mind. Now we can get back out to hanging out. We can get back to hanging out with each other again. And that completes the quest we had for the longest possible amount of time, I think. Paola and Noreen. It gives you a level 4 gem, so it knows that you're going to be around this point before you can really do it. Realistically, it's got to be after like Fallen Armish, because you don't even get Melia that much before then. It's so hard to build up Melia and Sharla, so generally it tends to be Fiora and either Melia or Sharla. So, with that, Alchemoth. This is a post-Mechonis Core quest, so by the time you get this quest, Alchemoth will be overrun. So the fact she sent you in there for peaches is extra bloody annoying. Alchemoth is, of course, overrun by Telethia now. Those Hyentia that didn't escape or were killed in the actual aftermath by other Telethia, or have all fled. And what's left is a city that's absolutely full of Telethia. You'll notice there's this purple kind of like ethery fog around, and a lot of very high level Telethia. This is a dangerous place now. I'm going to track the quest and sneak around and try and get these peaches as fast as I can. In the meantime, it says we can't just skip travel here as well, so we've got to walk. In the meantime, Future Doctor, put the music for Erith C on while we speed through this. Erith C for me has very sad music. It's really beautiful music, but it's got a hint of sadness to it. And I think in some ways that's always musically hinting at the fate of the High Entia, which we now know their fate is, in a sense of kind of destiny and whatnot. They are Telethia, and they will become that. When it's time for the Bionis to rise again, the High Entia are destined to fade as a conscious people and just basically become beasts. Certainly all the pure-blooded ones will. And that sadness of that kind of fate of the High Entia, I think, is what the Aerith Sea music captures really well. It's certainly that music hits differently once you've had Mechonis Core and when you see what happens to the High Entia. I'll let it play out a bit. And with that, we can return to Dorothy. Minnie. No. Yeah, Dorothy. Give me a moment there.
Oh, hi.
Yay, you got them for me. See, I knew you were the helpful type. Wait here a moment, I'll be back right away. I think you've made those kids really happy. I try to help them as best I can, but good food is hard to come by. Even every once in a while makes a difference. Those poor kids. Anyway, mission complete. Take this for your trouble. It's my thanks to you. Good work, guys. So clearly she was doing it to feed hungry kids rather than herself, but she didn't say that, which was weird. So at the end of the day, we need to make a recommendation to Raoul, and I know who it's probably going to be. And of course, we have a skill link now between Melia and Fiora.
Good day.
So, have you come to a decision? Indeed, we choose Minnie. I think she's just a bit more ready for it in terms of responsibility. Even if she doesn't have the potential that Dorothy has, she has actual, which is better. She's a strong-willed girl. I know I can rely on her. I will give her many other tasks in relation to her regular missions. And that completes the Elite Captain's Anguish. And I think we'll hold it there this episode. There was something else I was potentially going to squeeze in for Shulk's other branch, but I think timing-wise I'll probably put that in next episode. One more episode of some side quest stuff after this, one bit here and a bit in Frontier Village, and then we will be going on with Bionis Interior. Hope you'll join me then. Thank you very much, and good day. What of it? Oh, do it. Shulk and Fiora do it. I know you're clever and all, but even you miss something sometimes. I can't pick up on everything. I keep worrying about how to keep Shulk and Fiora alive. Was there a point you were making with all this? Well, I don't know how relevant this is, but it's easy to filter out people's bad points and only see the good stuff. Isn't that a good thing? Well, yeah, it can be, but you might trust someone too much, even when they're bad. What if one of us trusts the wrong person? We'll all be in trouble. I can see the sense in your words. Shulk is ever willing to give his life for a friend and stranger alike. Yeah, but it's alright, because I've got a plan. We gotta look after Shulk if we want to get through all of this. You couldn't be more right. If we watch Shulk's back, then we have nothing to worry about. Just what I was thinking. We must stop Shulk from making a mistake before he does it. At least that's my job, I guess. And my job is to prevent an enemy from reaching Shulk. If we work together, we cannot fail. Speak your mind, Ryan. Speaking my mind just normally means I don't say anything. Don't be so sure. Something you would say could go a long way to helping those two. I don't know anymore. I don't know what to tell you. When we were kids, it was different. When you were kids? I can see what you mean. I used to read those two like a book. Now I'm not so confident. Ah, I thought it was just me. I can tell they care about each other deeply, but I can't tell what's going on beneath the surface. I know what you mean. I'll see them together and I feel like it could all go pear-shaped. Maybe, but I doubt it's that bad. But I do wish they'd open up a bit more so we'd know. Those two smile when it rains. It'd be great if they'd tell us more, but don't count on it. Then maybe our role is just to give them a friendly push. What do you think, Ryan? That's it, you've got it done, man. If anything does happen, we'll be there to help them. All right. Ryan, it would really help. I know I'm asking a lot, but it would mean a lot to me if you give me your thoughts. You know me, if I could figure out those two, I'd say so. But maybe it isn't about thinking. Maybe we're not supposed to know. You're all wrong. You're wrong. I know because you already have the answer. I can see it in your eyes. Stupid me. I knew I couldn't hide it from you. You got me. I know exactly what's going on. Out with it then. You don't have to hide it from me. It'll put my own mind at ease. How can I put this? I really hope they don't get hurt. And they make a good couple. That's about it, really. I see. In that case, it seems our thoughts are in alignment. They are? Wow, I can't believe it. Kinda feels like I'm all grown up. You are a man, Ryan. If you weren't, no one would depend on you like Shulk does. Don't worry yourself. Just worry about keeping them safe. You don't have to tell me twice. I'm already on it. But you've got to do it too, Dumban. It's up to us to look after everyone. You and me.